The best foods you can eat if you've got food sensitivities? Well, obviously not crappy food. Hi, I'm Eric Backer, the naturopath. Thanks for coming back. We're going to talk about what are some of the best foods to eat if you've got sensitivities towards foods. It makes sense to eat foods that are conducive to building really good health. For example, you may not be able to tolerate fermented or cultured foods at present if your gut's really weak or suspect, but slowly over a period of time like me, you'll be able to eat sauerkraut and yogurt and foods like that. These are really good pinnacle foods for the gut. They build great gut health, but you need to do that slowly over a period of time. I get sick and tired of seeing websites where they put 3, 4, 5 different fermented and cultured foods in all the same day, and they expect a person's gut to turn around and feel amazing within 2 weeks. It doesn't work, okay? I've been eating sauerkraut now for, 50 years? It's a long time. And my body's really used to the bacteria that come with this food. The mouth's used to it, the stomach's used to it. You've got to get used to certain types of foods, especially if you're coming from a dysfunctional gut, slowly but surely, okay? So just because a food reacts with you now is no reason why it may react with you in another week or two. Same as you may know a lady or a guy or have a friend who is not really nice, or you didn't get on well with, but now you're probably getting on really well with that person. So it's the same with food. You've got to work on building that relationship up. That food has to like your gut, has to get used to the bacteria. You have to like it before it can like you. That's how I sort of see it with food, all right? But remember, there's one thing you're probably forgetting. There's a huge psychological component to eating too. Foods can make us feel good. We can tell ourselves that foods make us feel good, and we can have a great relationship with those foods. And we can do conversely. We can think that food's not nice, it smells awful, it tastes awful. We may read something that tomatoes or potatoes or nightshades will make us sick and cause all these diseases, and that's probably what will happen. So there's a lot of malalignment with information these days when it comes to food and health, I'll tell you that much. So good foods would be fermented and cultured foods, but you need to slowly work towards that way. If you're coming from a background of avoiding a lot of foods because of allergies, all right, make sure that you've tested and you've cleared that. So some people will stop drinking milk or having a food all their life because they had a test like 35 years ago that showed this or this. Doesn't mean anything. If I pulled you up and booked you for speeding your car, would that affect the rest of your life driving? Likely not, okay? So think carefully before you take a food out entirely. Best foods to overcome the sensitivities are foods that are really easy to break down. Okay, spinach, broccoli, green beans steamed up. There are many vegetables like that you can cook up. There's buckwheat, okay, there's quinoa, there's brown rice. There are many grains that you can eat that are quite alkaline and neutral and easy to digest that could really get you up in health. So you need to eat lots of different types of foods, foods you feel happy with, foods that are good, that taste good for you. Pick your favorites. As long as they're in the healthy category, you can't really go wrong, right? So the best foods are the ones also that don't cost a ton of money, so you can keep on eating them, all right? That's why I'm not really keen on a lot of processed foods, because often they're expensive and they're crappy and they're full of chemicals. So eating well and transitioning, getting off the crappy food onto good food is a huge transition for some people, but this is the best possible way to overcome a sensitivity towards a food. Remember, I'll say it again, natural foods contain enzymes which allow you to break them down properly, whereas man-made foods don't contain those, they've been destroyed, right? So best diet for food sensitivities are the healthy, natural diets. It'll work. Give it a try. Thanks for tuning in.